Kylie launched her beauty brand Kylie Cosmetics on November 30th, 2015, with a small collection of $29 lip kits. And what started as a small business quickly turned large-scale within 6 weeks of success. Now it's projected to rake in $1 billion in lifetime sales by 2020, according to WWD. In 2016, Kylie told Complex, "I want to be as big as the other cosmetic brands. It's my dream to be on Forbes." And by the age of 21, Kylie had secured her place on Forbes' list as the world's youngest ever self-made billionaire. But how did she rake in her fortune so quickly? Stay tuned to find out. Before we let you into some of the secrets behind the success of Kylie Cosmetics, make sure to like this video, subscribe to The Richest, and join our notification squad. Now let's get into Kylie Jenner, the 10 real reasons she became a self-made billionaire. How many people in their early 20s can say that they're a billionaire? Not many, and even less of that small pile can say that they're self-made. But one person who proudly wears that crown of success is Kylie Jenner. She might not be the most prominent of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, but Kylie is by far the richest. And while many people might claim that Kylie wouldn't have got where she is without the help of momager Kris Jenner, we're here today to show you all the reasons as to why Kylie Jenner deserves the title of self-made billionaire. First start, Kylie made a success of herself by making money from her biggest insecurity, her lips. In an episode of Life of Kylie in 2017, she said, "I have really small lips, and it was like one of my first kisses and a guy was like, 'I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you have such small lips.'" It was an insecurity that Kylie took to heart, and she began to outline her lips to make them look larger. Eventually, instead of spending her time worrying about what people thought of them, she decided to launch a line of products that would make her feel better about her lips. In an interview with London's Evening Standard newspaper, Kylie said, "Lipstick is what helped me feel confident. And I feel like people could see that it's authentic to me, and it was organic, and it just worked." When people started rumors that Kylie had undergone lip fillers, she spent some time teasing the answer before revealing all around the time of the launch of the Kylie lip kits. The initial stock launch sold out in less than a minute, crashing the website and resulting in some impressive profits for Kylie. We can't think of many other people who've used their initiative in this manner and found success so quickly. Despite her young age and affluent background, Kylie seemed to innately know what she needed to do in order to successfully launch her empire. Kylie revealed to British InStyle in 2015 that her mom cut her off financially at the age of 14. While it seems that her parents still paid for the essentials, Kylie quickly learned some money management skills at a young age. "My parents told me I needed to make my own money," she said. "It's time to learn how to save and spend your own money, stuff like that. What I'm trying to say is I did have a platform, but none of my money is inherited." It's good to hear that Kylie acknowledges that she came from a good background, but it's clear that it was her own money that went into the business. Kylie said that she spent every last dime launching the business without even knowing whether or not it would be a success. Luckily, she decided to take the risk, and in only a few short years converted her small business to one that was taking home millions, which definitely puts Kylie up there with the best business masterminds in the world. While many businesses fail or at least don't make the big bucks due to their overhead costs, Kylie seemed to sidestep that issue entirely. Problems like staff salaries, customer service representatives, and marketing all cost money. The solution, obviously, is to avoid all of those issues, and Kylie managed to do just that. Even though Kylie Cosmetics might be worth millions of dollars, it only actually employs 7 full-time and 5 part-time employees. When it comes to manufacturing and packaging, Kylie's outsourced it all to Seed Beauty, a private label producer in nearby Oxnard, California. Sales and fulfillment are also outsourced to the online outlet Shopify. And we don't need to waste time talking about marketing because Kylie's ridiculously huge social media following does everything she needs when it comes to promoting her brand. If huge corporations will pay Kylie millions of dollars for a spot on her well-established Instagram page, you can bet your dollars that she'll use it to promote her own company too. When we talk about overhead costs, you might have realized that we missed one crucial overhead from our list: the price of renting a store to launch the business in. Many new companies fail because of this usually unavoidable cost. While you'll now find her products in Ulta stores, she started out by selling Kylie Cosmetics only online. Kylie waited until she had enough of a begging market before she started selling her products in store so that she was guaranteed sales. And instead of launching her own Kylie Cosmetics store, she decided to simply stock the products products in an already successful store. And even when she chose to launch an in-store version of her cosmetics line, she staggered the release to once again ensure success. At first, only the lip kits were available in Ulta stores across the nation. Previously, she'd created pop-up stores to sell some of her famed products, but makeup lovers across the states rejoiced at the fact that they could soon buy their favorite products at a counter rather than online. There's also one other crucial area that doesn't hold Kylie back when it comes to sharing her fortune. The vast majority of companies are made up of various senior individuals who all have their own specialties. You'll have someone in charge of content, someone in charge of marketing, and someone in charge of finances. But Kylie managed to avoid all of this by taking on all of the roles herself. Kylie is Chief Executive Officer, Chief Marketing Officer, and Chief Content Officer for Kylie Cosmetics. And perhaps even more crucially, she's also free of investors who would want their chunk of her profits. Kylie launched her business by using money made from modeling, which means she wasn't reliant on anyone else's cash to make it big. And as a result, all of those sweet dollars coming her way are entirely hers. These are some of the reasons as to how Kylie's business plan led her to becoming a billionaire. But there's also a common business technique that Kylie's used to make sure her products are always at the forefront of her consumers' minds once they're on the market. If you've ever looked on the Kylie Cosmetics website, you'll notice that many of the products seem to be sold out. Sometimes there'll be an update explaining when you can get your hands on the lip kits and other products again. Other times, there'll be no information at all, and you'll have to go straight to Kylie's Instagram or Snapchat to get all the details. But while that in itself might be a good way to drive traffic to her social platforms, that's not actually the trick. Instead, the trick is what she's announcing on her profiles. Kylie uses the method of FOMO, fear of missing out, to sell her products. They're usually available in small batches on a limited edition basis, so if you don't buy them the second they're released, you probably won't get a hold of anything. When Kylie announced that the lip kits were coming out, she garnered so much attention on social media that the website crashed. Then, so many people tried to buy her products at once that items supposedly in the bag and ready to be purchased vanished because they were already out of stock. Twitter went mad and people started reselling the kits on eBay for hundreds of dollars. Suddenly, it was common to see these $29 lip kits on sale for almost $1,000. And let's take a minute to focus on Kylie's social media following because it's worth talking about. Kylie Jenner is the world's most watched person on Snapchat, and she uses that fame to her advantage. The same way that businesses will show behind-the-scenes snaps or sneak peeks at their new products, Kylie likes to show her audience what to expect next from Kylie Cosmetics. Whenever there's a new bout of lip kits about to hit the shelves, you'll see Kylie trying them all out first, documenting her favorite shades and experimenting with new colors. And Snapchat isn't the only platform that Kylie's using as a form of PR for her makeup range. As of March 2019, Kylie has 129 million followers on Instagram and 26.8 million on Twitter. If Kylie wants the world to know about something, she's got a ready and waiting audience to absorb it and follow every word she says. And what's even better than showing the packaging around the product is the fact that Kylie makes sure to swatch each of the colors so her audience is able to see what they look like on the face too. Other companies have to use a dedicated social media manager for years to reach the audience that Kylie accumulated in a matter of months. But Kylie's followers don't just buy her products because they appreciate the colors and shades of the designs. One of the many reasons as to why Kylie's amassed such a huge fortune from her business is because her fans are also buying into her lifestyle. Kylie Jenner is hugely successful. She's got the good looks, the business brain, and she really seems to have it all. She spends her days hanging out with friends, driving around in luxury cars, and generally living the life. There aren't many people who wouldn't want to live like she does. So when Kylie posts a picture of her latest lip kit on Instagram, her followers are buying into her lifestyle in the hope that they can achieve that too. Let's look at the origin of the lip kits. Kylie was accused of getting lip fillers when she was only 16 years old. She at first strongly denied the rumors and shut them down. People started to wonder what crazy product she'd been using to make her lips look so much plumper than before. Then, Kylie launched her supposedly miracle product, lip kits, before revealing that, actually, she'd had temporary fillers injected to give her more confidence. Some might call it a trick, others could call it not-so-subtle marketing. But Kylie's business hasn't just been dependent on her own promotional techniques. As you've already learned, Kylie earns about $1 million a pop every time she promotes a brand on her Instagram. So clearly, many companies have caught on that the way to ensure financial success in a business is to make sure some pretty important people are wearing your products. Luckily, Kylie's had a ready-made group of people at her beck and call when it comes to promoting her lip kits and other products. That's right, we're talking about the rest of the Kardashian clan. And as Kylie Cosmetics has grown in popularity over the last few years, magazines have latched on to not only the shades that Kylie wears, but also those favored by her sisters. Kylie's business brain might have encouraged this by naming the shades after her family members. Kourt K, Coco K, and Mary Jo K are all named accordingly. And it certainly helps that Kylie spent her childhood and younger years dealing with multiple strands of business that had her name at the forefront. Her first venture was back in 2011 when Kylie reportedly pocketed around $100,000 alongside her sisters for promoting an OPI nail varnish line named Kardashian Color. And Kylie's had a look inside some other top names in the industry since then. She debuted a clothing line with sister Kendall for PacSun in 2013, and the pair then partnered with Steve Madden on a line of California-inspired shoes and handbags in 2014. Since then, you'll have seen her face modeling for brands like Balmain, as well as launching her own collections with Puma, serving as a brand ambassador for skincare line Nip and Fab, and appearing in a Balmain and Beats by Dr. Dre collaboration campaign. It's clear that by the time she hit 20 years old, Kylie had experienced a great look inside the world of business. And all of that came together to give her the perfect foundation for launching Kylie Cosmetics. That's all for Kylie Jenner, the 10 real reasons she became a self-made billionaire. Do you think you could have launched a similar business in this situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.